You love tobacco, and I can see it in your eyes, and so do I. But as we all know, commercial tobacco, cigarettes, stuff like that have over 600 chemicals. They're absolute poison, and they destroy your life. I've been growing tobacco for about a year now, and I learned a lot from the plant. So what I learned is that tobacco, it's beautiful outside, guys. The sun shining, sun shower. Anyways, that tobacco is a very grounding, masculine, and misunderstood plant. In today's world, it's so important for us to be present because we're always distracted with the phones, with social media, news media, always in your face, always bombarding you with information. Tobacco has that potential to ground you back in your life through its grounded sort of energy. And that's what I learned from growing tobacco. And even one tobacco plant can give you over 100 cigarettes. Think about that. And it's super, super easy to grow. Legitimately. Like I growing tobacco, I never realized how easy it was to grow. Like I'd put it in the ground, fertilize it, all that stuff. Grew like a grew like a I don't even know what to call, I don't even know what to say. Grew like a beauty. I don't know. It grew very easy. And even the benefits of nicotine have been, proven to be beneficial to the brain, Parkinson's, dementia, stuff like that. I've seen amazing benefits to nicotine with memory. I was going through when I was going through chronic health issues. It really helped me with memory, with focus, and with my brain to just feel better. I don't know what it is. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor, but this is from personal experience. And the connection that tobacco gives you to other people. Because when you sit down, you smoke a cigar, all that jazz. Um, the phone's not in your hand, the cigar is in your hand. So you have that space to just sit and just be with other people, which is fucking amazing. So I created a tobacco course. And in the course, we go over why tobacco is sacred, how to grow it, my full process from growing from seed to whatever you want to make. We go over how to make chew, cigars, cigarettes, and those three: chew, cigars, and cigarettes. And the reason is because if you love tobacco, right, and you consume tobacco on a daily basis, I highly recommend that you start growing your own because you can't trust the shit that's out there. To be frank with you, it's shit. Let's be honest. Cigars are usually high quality. I'll be honest. But when it comes to cigarettes and chew and stuff like that, you don't know what they put in it. Um, and when you grow something yourself, you appreciate it more, right? When I make this is a homemade cigar. When I make a homemade cigar, it's a fulfillment like I've never experienced because I'm in the trenches with that thing. I experienced that thing in its entirety and its fullness, and that's the benefit you get from actually creating your own stuff. But that's a side note. Um, in the course, we go through seed to cigar. So, not seed to cigar, seed to tobacco. I show you how I start the seeds, how the whole process goes, how to fertilize the tobacco, how to harvest the tobacco, why it's a sacred plant, and the cigar. Cigar's not staying lit. I don't know. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens. Yeah, it's a fun process. If you love tobacco, I highly suggest looking into the course. You know, because it actually surprised me when I started growing tobacco. There's barely any information on this on YouTube. It's like, I'm not. It's like people just. It feels like these videos were recorded in prehistoric times. I feel like I feel like no one takes it seriously because tobacco is such a big thing. You know, we just expect other people to grow it and to give it to us that we never even think that we can grow it. With marijuana, it's different. There's tons of information on marijuana, how to grow it. But with tobacco, I don't know why. It's kind of like I feel like people don't even think it's possible to make your own tobacco products. and you get an abundance of it, an absolute abundance of it. Like I said, I keep looking over here because I'm looking at a tobacco plant, but one tobacco plant could give you over 100 cigarettes. Like that's enough to change your life. If you're addicted to cigarettes, and you start making your own cigarettes, that I'm telling you, addiction, right? Addiction isn't so much that you're addicted to the thing. Addiction is that you have nothing greater to orient your life towards. That's probably the biggest thing we found out about addiction. This cigar is not like this. The biggest thing we found out about addiction, and it's not so much the thing you're addicted to. It's that you have nothing in your life that you're orienting it towards, if that makes sense. You have nothing greater, no greater sense of purpose. When you grow tobacco, your soul essentially is put into the plant. You care about it because you're growing it, you're investing in it, right? You don't appreciate the things you don't invest in. So when you buy cigarettes from the store, even marijuana, when you go to a dispensary and buy marijuana, you smoke it, you feel good and stuff like that. Um, this is going to get you nowhere, especially when it comes to drugs, um, because when you mass produce a drug like marijuana, I hate saying when you mass produce a plant like marijuana and tobacco that have the ability to make you feel good, and you don't grow it yourself, you the potential for abuse there is out of this world, because you could just buy it whenever you want, you can do whatever you want with it, and you're not connected to the plant. So if you love tobacco and you have some space to grow it, you don't even need a lot of space, to be honest. If you have a fucking backyard, you can do it in your backyard. I haven't tried doing it indoors. Maybe in the future I will. But if you love tobacco and you are interested in growing your own, and you want a step-by-step guide to grow your own tobacco and to turn it into chewing tobacco, cigars, and cigarettes. I love saying it like a Spanish woman. If you've never heard a Spanish woman say cigarettes, you're missing out, guys. But anyways, yeah, if you love tobacco, full tobacco course in the description. Um, and I'll say, you know, I haven't found it. You know, if I knew that there was a tobacco course out there, um, I wouldn't make this. Like, to be honest with you, I don't like copying other people. Um, I don't like, of course, you steal like an artist, but I don't like just ripping other people off. I want to be original. I want to be creative in my own way. And this is a lane that I found can help a lot of people, because my grandma actually died from cigarettes. For I think she started smoking them when she was like 16 or some shit. You know, um, and it's not fun. It hurts a lot of people when plants are taken advantage of, and even anything's taken advantage of when we aren't taught to respect anything, which is essentially what's happened with plant medicines. We just were never taught to respect them, because it may not occur to you, but tobacco, marijuana, um, there's such a commodity nowadays that we don't even recognize them as medicines, but they are. That's exactly what they are. Um, and with my work, I want to, kind of show people that you can use them in a conscious manner, and you can do that by growing your own and really respecting it. And I actually have something cool to show you here. I created a cigar box, right? You know, maybe in the future I'll sell cigars or whatever. Now I have my LLC on there with the Y, baby. So I created this cool cigar box, and it's called the Founder's Box. I created like a copy of it. Like, if you don't know what like copyright, like a sales script, or not a sales script, but um, like a hook on the here. It says Founder's Box, These cigars were rolled with the same patience and love that built this box. May you use these cigars to reflect, build your vision, and be a creator, handcrafted in small batches the way nature intended. From Kobe, grower of the leaf. I don't know, I just thought it was interesting to me. And, you know, you guys obviously know that cigars, I mean, I keep saying cigars. Tobacco is highly regulated. Like, I can't just go and sell fucking tobacco online because, I actually understand that because it can be abused. So I understand why it's regulated and I need licenses and all that stuff. But I'll work on that in the future. Um, but yes. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. Guys, it's so beautiful. Like I said this, but like there's a sun shower right now. It's fucking awesome. Um, but yeah, we go over in the course full guide to growing tobacco, the benefits of nicotine, how nicotine can heal, and how to make chew, cigars, and cigarettes. And like I said, I've been around tobacco my whole life. Um, in school, cigarettes, vapes, I was always against it because I saw people abusing it, and I was just never a follower like that. I never, because it was like monkey. It was like you were just being a monkey, just vaping like everyone else, doing the stupid bullshit. Um, but then as I started getting into health, I went through chronic illness. I learned that there was healing properties to tobacco, and I started, I built my garden from scratch, and I learned that you can grow things in a respectful manner and use them to change your life and to change the lives of other people. So that's what I'm offering you in the course. Um, yeah. So I hope you guys are having a good day. And this is, like I said, this is a handmade cigar from yours truly. Um, and yes, guys, you guys made me put on a collared shirt. Bang. That's a good burn right now. Holy crap. Holy crap. Holy crap. Holy crap. So I'll just be honest with you guys. This is my first like sales kind of sales video. Um, but yeah, maybe I did good. Maybe I didn't. But yeah, if you guys want to know how to grow to, I'll give you a rundown of it. So I start the seeds indoors. I start them indoors about, you know, I live in New York, so growing season from like May to October 31st, around there. So I start them like 2-3 months inside, um, and then I keep them in there. I fertilize them. I won't tell you what I fertilize them with, but yeah. Then after, once May hits, I plant them outside, and then at that point, it's like just full steam ahead. They are really, really, um, like beasts when it comes to just doing their own thing. Really. When it comes to pests, there are little, pests that'll eat the leaves and stuff like that. But in New York, I haven't seen that as much of a problem. Maybe in hotter climates like the Caribbean and stuff like that, there's more bugs because tobacco is more abundant there because it is a hot weather plant. So we will learn more about that as we continue to grow them. Um, and yes, guys, yes. And let's talk about nicotine here. So nicotine, how it helped heal me. Um, I want to talk about this more on this channel and how I healed from chronic illness, fatigue, depression, anxiety, stuff like that. Debilitating, by the way, for like a year. It just hit me all at once. And nicotine gave like it gave me my mind back almost. I could, even after I came out of that chronic illness, that dark night of the soul. I was still having memory issues. I couldn't really think properly. I used to be able to focus for really long periods of time, but like it just absolutely, after going through that, it just fucked me up. So nicotine when I started smoking cigars, and having nicotine patches, I over a period of like 3 months, it like cleared my mind. I was able to think again. It's not like I wasn't able to think at all. It was more like I just couldn't think clearly. And something about nicotine cleared that for me. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. Um, I'm not a scientist. Maybe I am a scientist. I don't have a degree in science, but um, I view myself as a scientist and an explorer. But I'm not a doctor. There's actually doctors who talk about nicotine. I think his name is Dr. Brian Artis. He talks about the benefits of nicotine and how potatoes have nicotine. Nightshade vegetables have nicotine, which is why I think I don't know about this, but which is why I think they could actually be addictive. Like potatoes, maybe, like fries or whatever, maybe. Like I don't even know. I'm just saying, nicotine actually isn't addictive. I had no addiction whatsoever. Like I know people who are addicted to Zins. I don't recommend Zins because they have microplastics, stuff like that. And with the course, I'll always update it because I'm learning more. I'm learning. We'll update it. We'll once I learn how to make Hape and um, Nordic snus, natural Zins that you stick on your lip, and Hape is you shoot it up your nose. Once I learn how to make those, I'll add those in there. Once I learn how to grow better, I'll keep updating it, stuff like that. Stuff like that. So, yes, yes. And nicotine is something I'm very interested in and I want to keep learning about because, like I said, all throughout my life, I was taught that it was addictive and it kills you. But, maybe it's addictive to some. I haven't seen any sort of addiction whatsoever. Like I said, I've done Zins. I can pop a Zin right now and not do it for the rest of my life. Like it has no effect on me. And I I I don't know. I don't know. Right? We discussed this in the course that um in more in depth. But anyways, guys, I hope to see you get value from the course and really really take advantage of it because there's very little information on how to grow tobacco and basically no one else is doing this. So this is your shot. It'll always be there. So whenever you're ready. But yes, like I said, my grandma died from tobacco, not to cigarettes, from cigarettes. Um, and yeah, it's not fun to lose people from you know commercial tobacco products that have been turned into basically weapons. So yeah, it's not fun. And if this has happened to you, I just suggest you start growing your own and really turning the tides. Right? I want to, this is the movement here. Tobacco, nicotine, these things are plant medicines are the future, are technologies of the future. And what I mean by that is that, what do AI, self-driving cars, and fucking space travel all have in common with plant medicines? Is that they're all technologies of the future. All of them. Because, with AI, with robotics, all this stuff, people are like, it's over for humanity. It's over. No, guys, this is infinite. This is an infinite thing. Like I was talking to this guy the other day. There's so many things out there that we haven't even um, experienced. Like we can't even comprehend what's out there. Really, like this guy was telling me, trees. The only place we know that trees exist are on planet Earth. I don't know if that's true, but he was, he seemed like he knew a lot of stuff. That's don't count that out. Like the only place we know that trees exist is on planet Earth. Like, yo, come on, come on. Like it really makes you think what else is out there. And plant medicine, psychedelics, stuff like that can actually help us explore consciousness and explore reality in ways that maybe AI can never do. You know, there's there's a gift we were given, and I think that AI and robotics and stuff can help can even help us evolve and advance our level of consciousness. So that's the value I see in AI. You know, if I had a fucking robot, I would love that robot because I feel like the way we treat AI and the way we treat robots in the future will be we'll essentially we're programming them essentially. Like my whole thing is like, why would AI take over? If AI and robots were super intelligent, why why would they take us over, right? Because if you're truly intelligent and high conscious and you have high consciousness, um, you would never want to dominate someone. Like this is what people miss. You know, the more conscious someone is, the more conscious the thing is, the less it'll dominate you. This is why, um, like if there was truly alien, you know, I think there, are, but like whatever's out there, why would it come here and why would it come here and take us over? It has to be dumber than us. That's the truth. If something is more intelligent than us, it would never fucking dominate us. You know, if something is dominating us, that means it's less intelligent than us because a conscious thing doesn't want to control people. That's the truth. So get growing, get growing with your tobacco because this is the future, guys. This is the future. Tobacco, plant medicines are the future, guys. Let's get it. So I hope to see you in the course and really take advantage of this and live a fucking lit life. So I'll see you guys, um, you know, in the next video, whatever. Um, thank you guys. I love you guys. Beautiful people. Let's get a puff going. Peace.